Yeah. So football. So what is football? Football is a game. It's an outdoor game where what do you call two teams go and play on the ground. So the basic idea of football is that they have a ball. The teammates kick the ball inside the opponent's goal post. So this game is played during a duration which is 90 minutes. And in the 90 minutes, there's a 45-minute halftime. In that halftime, you get a 15 minutes break where they rest for. Next. Yeah. So this is the basic diagram of the football field. So I will just tell you guys some brief, what do you call numerical values. So the breadth of the field is 45 to 90 meters, right? And the length can be from 90 to 120 meters. So you guys can see it's a rectangle. So on the center of it, there's a halfway line, and on that there's a center circle from which they start the match. You guys can see the center spot out there. There, the ball is kept during the start of the game, and the radius is 9.15 meters. So also you guys can see there's the what do you call D, right? There's a penalty spot. You guys can see there are two goals, which is 7.3 meters into 2.4 meters. So that's the goalpost dimensions. And what do you call? Yeah, that's it. You guys can observe it more. I won't say more about it. Yeah. So now specifications of the equipment. So I already told you guys about the length and breadth. This is in yards. So 100 to 30 yards is the length and 50 to 100 yards is the breadth. So the circumference of the ball can be 27 to 28 inches. And the weight of the ball is 14 to 16 ounce. So duration I told you guys, right? So 45 minutes of two parts, which is 90 minutes in total. And in the between, you get a 15-minute rest time. So the number of players. So then there are totally number of players is 18, but the 11 people actually play from one team, and the seven are substitute. As you guys can see, the football field is large, right? And you cannot run so much also like a machine. So those players are substitutes which can go come in the game. So they are fresh players. So the field of play. So the by the name of it, you know that the field of play is the place where the ball is there. The game is played in that area. You cannot go out of that area. The field can be made up of natural grass, or you guys know turf, right? Artificial grass, or it can be combined. It can be half of natural and half of artificial. So it can be done like that. So it is a rectangle, I've told you guys, and the at the end of, like on the rectangle there are clearly marked white color borders, so the ball doesn't go outside. So the length of the yeah, I've to the length of the field. So I've told you guys already this, it's 100 yards, which is the minimum, and the maximum it can go to is 130 yards. And the width of the field is minimum. The least it can be is 50 yards, but the maximum it can go to 100 yards. It can vary from anywhere. Next, Hardik.
Yeah, so I'll be talking about the ball. So it's basically it's spherical in shape, just like our Earth, and it should be made out of suitable material like leather. Sorry, it should be made out of suitable material, and the circumference should be about 70 centimeters. That is 28 inches, and it should not be less than 68 centimeters. That is 27 inches. So like a 1 inch. Uh, difference, and the weight of the ball should not be more than 450 grams, as Varun has mentioned here. That is 14 O's and 16 O's. Sorry, sir. So in weight at the start of the, yeah, so the pressure also, as it's mentioned here, it should be about 0.6 to Yeah, that's more or less about the ball. If the ball bursts during the game or something defective happens to the ball, then it's replaced in the middle of the match, and the match resumes from where it where the ball was actually defective. So next, the players. So Siddhant mentioned that the game is between two people and two teams, and yes, each team has 11 players, and one out of those 11 players is the goalkeeper, and the game will not take place if there is less than 7 players. So there's a minimum of 7 players that are required for the game to take place, and the number of substitutes that can be there for each team is 3 maximum, and 3 from 3 to a maximum of 12. So okay, that is, so the substitution is dependent on the competition. So like different um I request people not to call. Yeah. Can only be made during a stoppage in play, and the referee must be informed before the substitution is made. So the coach or the manager of the team tells the um, referee that we need to make a substitution, then only the substitution is possible. Next. Yeah, so the players' equipment. So there's some compulsory equipments for the player, and one second. Yeah, so the compulsory equipments for the player, like there's a dress code, like you need to wear proper shirt with sleeves, shorts, socks, shin guards, and footwear. Shin guards is compulsory, and so is appropriate footwear. Then the two teams, they must wear the colors that distinguish them from each other. So like one team should wear black, the other team should wear white, and the goalkeeper should have a different color from their team. So like if a team is wearing black color, then the goalkeeper should wear like purple color. So something that distinguishes the goalkeeper. Then a player must not use equipment or wear anything that is dangerous. That's why they're said to keep the watches aside during playing the game, because the watches may injure the players. Then all items of jewelry, like as I said just now, the example of the watch. Next. So the referee. So each game is controlled by a referee, and the referee has a lot of powers during the game. Yeah, so he controls the game basically, and he tries to put in every law of the game into play, and so the decision of the referee is always final, and it has to be respected. So each game, a lot of duties which he can punish the people who have created a lot of serious injuries to other players, and in his command the ball goes in and out of play. So like if he says the ball is out of play, then the ball is out of play. So yeah, so then there's the next, there are the other match officials, like the on-field, so it basically the assistant referee who is assist the referee. So like sometimes when the referee doesn't see it, the assistant referee is always there to take the decision instead of the referee. So in like professional games and stuff, there are a lot of different assistants that are there, and there are video assistants as well that see if the ball is crossed the line or not crossed the line, and so judgments can be made according to these visual references. Yeah, so that's more or less it without any detail.
Yeah, so the duration of the game. A soccer game lasts for 2 equal halves of 45 minutes, though this length is often reduced for youth games. So basically, first half is 45 minutes, and then they take a break for 15 minutes, and then the second half for 45 minutes. There's an interval of at halftime which should not exceed 15 minutes. As I said, allowance is made by the referee in each half for all time lost during that half, the referee will add this lost time onto the end of the half. So basically, as Hardik said, that referee is the most powerful person, and I mean his orders are to be followed. So any time which he wants to cut or he wants to add, it can only be done by him. Yeah. Next slide. The ball in and out of play. The ball is out of. Oh, okay. The start and restart of play. A kickoff from the center of the soccer field starts from both halves of the game, both halves of extra time, and restarts play after a goal has been scored. So basically, when first half starts, the ball is shot from the center of the ground. When the second half starts, then also the ball is shot. I mean, the game is started from the center of the ground, and when a goal has been scored during and the start of the game, the ball is shot from the center of the ground. A coin toss before the game determines which team will take the kickoff at the beginning of the game. So that's pretty much self-explanatory, that a coin toss, whoever wins heads or tails, they choose they want side or kickoff or whatever. For the second half, the teams change ends and attack the opposite goal. So basically, like imagine team A won the toss for the first time, so they chose the right side. Then for the second half, they'll be recruited to the left side, and the other team gets to play from the right side. At kickoff, all players except the player taking the kickoff must be in their own half of the field of play. So while there's a kickoff, all the players except the player who's taking the kickoff must be in their own half of the field of the play. So that's also pretty much self-explanatory. Next slide. The ball in and out of play. The ball is out of play when? So out of play means when the ball is, I mean, it's not played during the official time. That means when the ball is out of play. It has wholly passed over the goal line or touch line on the ground or in the air. So when a player takes a shot and it has, passed the white line, which is made at the poles of the goal, in the air or in the ground, and player has been stopped by the referee. So imagine if a player has been stopped by the referee for some foul or he got hurt or something, then the ball is out of play. The ball is in play at all other times, including when it touches a match official and when it rebounds off a goal post, crossbar, or corner flag post and remains on the field of play. So when the ball in or out of play, both of them has to be decided by the referee. As Hardik said, that referee is the main guy, or the main controller of the game. Next slide. Determining the outcome of a game. A goal is scored when the whole of the ball passes over the goal line between the goal post and under the crossbar. So an official goal is scored when the ball passes the goal line, the white line, which is made at the poles, between the poles, under the crossbar, and between the goal posts. The team scoring the greater number of goals is the winner, obviously. If both teams scores no goals or an equal number of goals, the game is drawn. So sometimes it happens that the game is drawn, or sometimes it happens that the referee, who thought that some time was lost in the middle of the game or in the start of the game or during the game, he adds to the time in case a team could score a goal and something could happen, so that the game is just not drawn. So it'll be pretty boring. When competition rules require a winning team, the procedure to determine the winning team is 2 equal periods of extra time, not exceeding 15 minutes each, followed by an equal amount of kicks by each team from the penalty mark. So basically, 2 equal periods of extra time, not exceeding 15 minutes each. So these 2 periods are given to each team, and a specific number of kicks are given to each team. I mean, basically penalties, and whoever scores more of them wins. Next slide. Offside. So what is offside? A player is an offside position if any part of the head, body, or feet is in the opponent's half, excluding the halfway line. So basically, any part of the head, body, or feet. So a player, when he is on the opponent's half, excluding the half line, that could be one situation of an offside. any part of the head, body, or feet is nearer the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. So second last opponent means the player except of the goalkeeper who is on the other side. If your team player is ahead of the second last opponent and before the goalkeeper, and the ball is passed to him, then that's called an offside. A player is only penalized for being an offside when and if they become actively involved with the play. A player cannot be penalized for being offside if they receive the ball directly from a throw in, corner kick, or goal kick. So imagine a player who is throwing a throw in, or taking a corner kick or a goal kick. He will not be penalized for the offside, as they are directly receiving the ball from the throw in or the corner kick or the goal kick. Yeah, Raghav.
So a foul is any action considered to gain an unfair advantage. This includes the use of hands or any action considered to be dangerous. So basically, anything except the legs, like anything that is dangerous to the other player, is a foul. So yeah. So when someone commits these offenses, they are penalized by the referee, and by when the ref, and then the referee awards a free kick to the other team. And yeah, and if the you know if the thing is less serious, then the player is given a yellow card, and on being given two yellow cards, the player also gets a red card. And being shown a red card, it means that they must leave the field immediately. Yeah, so like they cannot play the game anymore. And free kicks, for like a direct free kick, so it is a kick where the player is taking a free kick and can score a goal directly without any other playing having to touch the ball first. Usually it results, for a contact foul or a handball. And an indirect free kick, it is where, the other players can also, the ball must touch another player before the goal can, be scored. It has to be fast, basically. So yeah, and all free kicks are taken from the place where the offense is occurred. So like wherever the foul has been occurred, the kick will be taken from that place. Yeah, and the kicker must not touch the ball again until it has touched the player. So yeah, the penalty kick. A penalty kick is awarded if a player commits direct free kick or like offense inside the penalty area. So yeah, the goal may be scored directly from the penalty kick. So like you can directly score without any other. The defending goalkeeper must remain in the goal line unit. The ball has until the ball has been kicked. So the defending goalkeeper cannot move. Basically, the players other than the kicker and the goalkeeper must be at least 10 yards, 19.15 meters from the penalty mark behind the penalty mark. This is because so that they cannot intervene. Yeah. Hey, do I have to do the throw in also? So a throw-in takes place when the ball has gone out of play over the touchline or the sideline. So touchline is basically the sideline, basically. No, like I mean, the touchline is the line like behind the goal. So, yeah, and the sideline is the one. So basically, when the ball crosses the line, then the opposite team gets the throw-in. So from whoever it scores. Like if it's last touched by X team, the throw-in will be given to the Y team. So a goal cannot be scored directly from a throw-in. So they cannot directly score from the throw-in. Basically, they can't stand outside the line of score. So at the moment of delivering the ball, the thrower must stand facing the field of play. So obviously, while throwing in the ball, they have to stand, facing the field. So have part of each foot on the touchline or on the ground outside the touchline. Throw the ball with both hands from behind and over the head from the point where it left the field of play. Passes the goal line. So goal kick is basically the goalkeeper shooting. And you know corner kick is awarded when the whole ball passes over the goal line at the end of the field, like you know, having last touch the a player of the defending team. So it's like when the ball is touched by the defending team, it goes to the corner kick, except for the you know the ball must be placed in the corner nearest to the point where the ball is passed over the goal line. A goal may be scored directly from a corner kick, so the player can directly score the goal just by from the corner kick area. Yeah. After the ball is in play, the kicker cannot touch the ball again before it has touched another player. So the person taking the kick cannot touch it again. Like he cannot he cannot do it by himself. He has to give it to another player to, and then only he can touch it if he's fast. And opponents must remain 10 yards is the same thing, so they cannot football football terms. Volley to kick a ball before it bounces. Lob to kick the ball high, usually into the goal mouth. Attacker usually refers to strikers. Overlap, a move between teammates. Through pass, a pass that goes straight to the opposition's defense. Man to man marking, a defense tactic. Nutmeg, when a player intentionally passes between the opponent's legs and collects it is collect his own pass. Yeah. Basically, takes it between his legs. Sliding tackle, type of tackle.